Hello, everybody. Okay, guys, so I just woke up and sound very froggy and very craggy, but forgive me because it's the only time today that I'm going to have to make a video. Okay, I wanted to talk about this thing. I have used this for over 6 months now, so about 7 months now. I have really used this. I have really gave it a try, and I really have input on it now. Okay, basically. Okay, so this is one of those things you see probably on TV, the internet somewhere, some info commercial somewhere, something similar like that. These waist slimming trimming belts that people are wearing in these videos, and they are smiling and they are losing 50 pounds and they are getting a six-pack, and yeah, or they are airbrushing on their air pack, six pack. Okay, like I said, it's early. I just woke up. But anyhow, this brand on this one is the IGIA. This is the Vibro Shape Professional Slimming Belt for men and women. And it has, it comes with a remote here. The remote control obviously has an on and off button, and it has the modes on it. You could go high or low, and and it has a heat button. There goes my voice, you guys. It's trying to go. And it has a heat button. I do like the option that it does have connected to it a remote control. I think that is, I think it's pretty helpful. I like that. But I will say, whenever you're using this, you do have to stay stationary. You have to just basically sit in a chair, enjoy some music, surf on your laptop, surf the internet on your phone. You have to kind of keep yourself entertained, because that having been said, because this thing plugs into the wall. Okay, so you have to be plugged in and pretty much stay grounded. And I think it's so funny because on these commercials, they show people up kind of walking around and partying around and dancing around and clinking their champagne glasses. And how in the world would that be possible when you have a very short cord and you have to stay nearby to a wall outlet, that therefore you're kind of grounded in one position? So keep that in mind. You're not going to be able to move freely about and play around using this thing. I know that's a bummer. The facts are the facts. So you're going to be plugged into the wall. But like I said, you do have the convenience of the remote, which I like that, because I like to sometimes, if I make it, if it's on high for too long and I feel like, oh, okay, this is jiggling me around too much. This is a little bit much too wiggle in the tummy, whatever. Then I can slow it down, and I do like that. I will say I've used this every darn bit 7 months. I know definitely I've used it over 6 months, at least 7 at the minimum. I've used this. I will say I have lost 3 pounds off my waistline. Now, I'm not going to 100% contribute and say, yes, I lost 3 pounds, 3 inches. Boy, oh, you guys, I know I just woke up. Words are all over the place. 3 inches. I'm sorry. Let me correct myself. I'm not going to fully give credit to this device and say, hey, I lost the 3 inches off my waistline and trimmed down 3 inches because of this device, equipment, machine, belt, fun belt thing, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to contribute and say, okay, thank you, IGIA Vibro Shape Professional Slimming Belt. You were the reason I lost the 3 inches off my waistline. I'm not for sure of that, you guys. I'm really not for sure. And like I said, keep in mind, this is all truth, love, and honesty. I say it all the time. I am not sponsored. I am not affiliated. I was not given this for free. I am not paid to lie to you guys. Nothing like that. This is something I genuinely, honestly bought with my own money, with some high hopes and a little caution to the wind. Okay? So, yeah. I have lost those 3 inches. I'm not sure if it's contributed to this or not. Like to hope so. I will say what I do find it helps with, on a pretty positive note, I will say it helps with digestion. So it helps with digestion problems. It did help with like bloating problems, and it did help with constipation. Okay, because I'm that little girl that suffers the constipation problems. And yeah, so it did help with that. I'm not going to say it totally alleviated, fixed it, but it did seem to make it more easy and more simplistic. And I did not get as constipated as quickly as I normally do. So I like that. And like fullness and bloating after eating, you know, that's me. Literally, I eat 2 or 3 ounces of food. I can kind of blow up pretty quick, and it takes a long time for, you know, bloating and that uneasy feeling in the stomach and all that to go down. Once again, I said digestion problems. So it did help some with all that. Did it cure me and by any means or form or fashion? Absolutely not. But it did help with little bloaty bloat, helped with some puffiness, helped with some constipation, and it helped a little bit with the digestion issues. Okay? Cured it? No. Helped it? Yes. Now, let's see what else I can show you. Obviously, this big, huge piece right here goes in the front. Kind of like a, almost want to say a Superman belt. But the belt is a pretty darn good size. I think no matter, really, I think no matter like size, if you're real tiny, you're going to be able to wear this. If you're a really large, nice sized man, you're going to be able to wear this as well. It just Velcros over. Not sure if this is in camera frame or not, but I'll try. Just want to show you that it does come with a super long belt here. Maybe you can see that. It's totally adjustable with Velcro. That was simple. That was easy. There was definitely something I wanted to hit a high point on and talk about. But what I'm saying is you have to sit there sedentary in one spot, which is okay with me because I try to, you know, utilize my time, so to speak, and get busy like that. And I wear this thing in 15-minute increments. And I use it about, at the minimum, 4 times a week. Now, sometimes if I'm really super lucky and I get a good weekend, I will use it 5 days per week. Mostly, I do run it just 4 days per week, and it runs in 15-minute increments. And I do want to say, I do want to report that it is kind of noisy. So when it first starts, it's not too bad, but it does, after a while, make kind of an obnoxious kind of grinding and grating sound. And it gets kind of loud. So if you're listening to music, turn your music up. If you're watching TV, turn the TV up. If you're talking on the phone, make sure your volume on your phone's turned up so you can hear that other person talk. So it's kind of impeding with sound. It is rather loud. Let me see if I could go ahead and get it plugged in real quick. And this cord is super short. I know I probably already mentioned that. Not sure if it can even correlate that on camera or not, but there's the cord. Okay, it's pretty short. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can stretch it over here and get it plugged in real quick, just because I want you to hear the level of noise, okay? I wished it were more quiet than it was, but, you know, life, it is what it is. What can you say, you guys? What can you do? Okay, let me plug that in. Had to kind of unplug other few things. Okay, so, oh, life is sure a pain sometimes, you guys, isn't it? Okay, well, anyways, let's see. Just want you to be able to get a clearance on the sound. Okay. Ah, and it come unplugged. Well, I was doing good there for a few minutes, seconds. Okay, let me plug this in again. Like I said, the cord is so darn short, but we're going to try for this again, okay? Okay. Just so you get an idea, and you can hear that kind of grinding and grating sound. And of course, when it's up against the table like it is, it literally sounds like a machine gun. So it doesn't sound like, it doesn't literally sound like Machine Gun Kelly when you're using it. But like I said, it does have a little bit of a, you know, a low-key, obnoxious grinding and grating sound. Just keep that in mind. That's all I wanted to point out, you know. So if you're super sensitive to sounds or something like that, you know, say it's early in the morning and you just woke up and you're not ready to hear kind of repetitive noises, then you might not want to use it early in the morning. But anyhow, other than that, you guys, that's my take on it. It is what it is in a nutshell. And I will say, I recently just bought another brand of this similar product, different brand, similar product. Haven't opened the box yet. Haven't used that one yet. Gonna go ahead and use that, and probably in the next few weeks, futuristic wise, and should be able to kind of compare it, and then I'll know, hey, you know, which one works better. But this one works good. Obnoxious with the sounds. I did lose the 3 inches off my waistline. It did help lessen digestion problems. It did help with the bloating, and it did help with some minor constipation. Okay, guys, I love you. Take care. Let me know, do you use this? Did you buy it? How long you been using it? Does it work for you? Are you a lady? Are you a man? You know, what's your results with it? Because that's what I like to know. This is my input for me being a girl. This is how it worked for me. I would like to know really how it would work for, say, somebody that's, you know, like 6'3", 6'4", and you're 220 or whatever, you know. I'd like to know how it works for the men as well. Did you lose inches off your waistline as well? How did that go? I always want to know that, because every time I buy something, it's kind of pricey, and I felt that this was kind of pricey. It was kind of a higher end gadget, you know what I mean? And I always wonder, oh man, how did this work for everybody else? So let me know. Let me know how it worked for you. I love you guys. I love you girls. Bye beauties. Bye handsomes.